Hello friends, in this video I will discuss about a right circular cylinder. As you can see, in before discussing a right circular cylinder, we will know are these two the same? That is, if a cylinder or a right circular cylinder same or these two are different, and if these two are different, then what is the difference between them? Okay, now. So before discussing all this, at first let me define a term for you. That is, I will define at first cross section of a solid. We will learn what a cross section of a solid is, and we will do this. I will explain this using some mathematical models. At first, see this solid. Uh, this is the length of the solid. This is the breadth of the solid. Okay. If we cut this solid perpendicularly, that is in this way, either in this way or in this way, okay, if the cut this solid perpendicularly along the length of the solid or the breadth of the solid, that is either we have to cut this solid this way or we have to cut this solid this way. We cannot cut this solid this way. Okay, that is, if we are going to cut this solid perpendicularly along the length or in the breadth of the solid, then the plane section that we will obtain will be called its cross section. In case of this solid, the plane section, that if we cutting it this way, that is if we cut it this way, then the plane section we will obtain will be a rectangle. So we will call that the cross section of this solid is a rectangle. Let us understand the cross section with some another solid. I have this solid for all of you. Now, for this solid, this is the length of this solid. Now, if we cut this solid perpendicularly along its length, that is in this way, okay, if we cut this solid perpendicularly along the length of this solid, then the plane section we will obtain will be a circle. So we will call that the cross section of this solid is a circle. Okay, now I hope you all have understood what a cross section of a solid is. Okay, now at first let me define cylinder, and after defining these two, you all will be able to differentiate between these two terms yourself. Okay, now what a cylinder is. A cylinder is nothing but a solid. A cylinder is nothing but a solid which has a uniform cross section throughout the length of the solid. I am repeating again, a cylinder is nothing but a solid whose cross section is uniform throughout the length of the solid. Okay, that is, if we consider this solid, then throughout its length the cross section is a circle of the same radius. That is, the cross section is uniform throughout its length. If we take this solid, then its cross section is rectangle of this side, and this dimension will be same throughout this length of this solid. So all this solid whose cross section is uniform throughout its length will fall under the category of a cylinder. That is, this solid is a cylinder, but it has a specific name. We call it a cuboid. Okay, and if we see this solid, its cross section is what? A triangle. Its cross section is a what? Is a triangle. And if this solid has a uniform cross section throughout its length, then this solid is a cylinder. Then this solid is also a cylinder, and this cylinder has a particular name, and we call it a prism. And we call it a prism. And if a cylinder whose cross section is a circle, if a cylinder whose cross section is a circle, that cylinder is called a right circular cylinder. That cylinder is called a right circular cylinder. Then that is, these two solids are cylinder, but this one is called cuboid and this one is called right circular cylinder. That is, these two solids are cylinder, but this one is called a cuboid and this one is called a right circular cylinder. So students, I hope you all have understood what is the difference between a cylinder and a right circular cylinder. Okay, so I can say that all right circular cylinder falls under the category of cylinder, but the reverse is not true. Okay, my friends. Now I will discuss how to calculate the surface area. How to calculate the surface area of a right circular cylinder. What I have is a right circular cylinder, and I am going to calculate the surface area of this right circular cylinder. As you can see, this is the circular surface called the top of this cylinder. This is also the circular surface. This one is called the bottom surface of the cylinder, and this is the height. This is the height of the cylinder. Okay, now, and this whole surface is the curved part of the cylinder, and we call it the curved surface area of the cylinder. Okay, so a right circular cylinder has three surfaces. That is, it has two circular surface and one curved surface. It has two circular surface and one curved surface. Two circular surface comprises of the top and the bottom of the right circular cylinder. So, to find the total surface area of a right circular cylinder, we have to find the total area of this circular surface and the area of the curved surface. Now, I am going to draw this figure before you. Okay. What is this? This is the height of the cylinder. And for a right circular cylinder, the cross section is uniform. So, if the radius of this circle is r, then the radius of the bottommost circle will also be r. To obtain total surface area, we have to find the total area of these two circular surfaces. As we all know, area of circle is pi r square. Area of circle is pi r square. So this top surface will have area pi r square, and this bottom surface will have area pi r square. That is, this one will have area pi r square and this one will have area pi r square. So either here we are getting total area 2 pi r square. Now what we'll have to find? We will have to find only the curved surface area. And how will we calculate the area of this curved surface? The main challenge before us is to calculate the area of the curved surface of this cylinder. So For this, uh, let's take a piece of paper. Okay, as you can all see, this piece of paper is rectangular in shape. This piece of paper is rectangular in shape. It has some breadth, as you can see. It has some breadth and has some length. Now, what I am going to do, I'm going to fold this rectangle along the curved surface of the cylinder. I'm going to fold this rectangle along the curved surface of the cylinder. As you can see, this rectangle after folding, has completely covered the total curved surface area of this cylinder. Okay, what I have done, this this rectangular piece of paper after folding has covered the total curved surface area of the cylinder. That means the curved surface area of this cylinder will be equal to the total area of this rectangle. Okay, so what we will have to do to calculate this area of this cylinder, we will have to first find the breadth of this rectangle and the length of this rectangle. Now I am folding it again to find the breadth and the width of this rectangle. Okay, now this portion is the breadth of this portion. I am calling the breadth of the rectangle. As I have folded this rectangle along the curved surface, you can see the breadth is nothing but the circumference of the circle. The breadth is nothing but the circumference of the circle. Okay, the breadth is nothing but the circumference of the circle. So if radius of circle is r, then circumference of circle is what? Then circumference of circle is equal to 2 pi r. Then circumference of the circle is equal to 2 pi r. And as you can all see, circumference of this circle will be equal to the breadth of this rectangle. So this breadth will be 2 pi r. Okay. Now notice this carefully. We have calculated the breadth. What about the length of this rectangle? If I am folding it properly, you can all see that the length of this piece of paper is nothing but the height of this cylinder. Length of this piece of paper is nothing but the height of this cylinder. So we have got the breadth of the rectangular piece of paper and the length of this rectangular piece of paper. So multiplying these two, we will get the area of curved surface of the cylinder. We will get area of the curved surface of the cylinder. Okay, so 2 pi r square is the area of the top and bottom of the cylinder. And what is the area of the curved surface of the cylinder? Area of this curved surface of the cylinder is 2 pi RH, where r is the radius of the circle and h is the height of the cylinder. Okay, so if I write total surface area of the cylinder, that is total surface area of the right circular cylinder, I am writing it cylinder, but I am writing this about the right circular cylinder. So total surface area of cylinder will be equal to area of this two parts, top and bottom, that is 2 pi r square, and area of the curved portion, that is the curved portion of the cylinder. And we have discussed it right now, that area of curved surface of a cylinder is equal to 2 pi RH. Therefore, taking common 2 pi r from this 2, what I am getting, that 2 pi r into r into h. So total surface area of a right circular cylinder becomes 2 pi r into r plus h. Okay, my friends, that's it.